Alexa, turn on Golf Studio.
Okay.
So one of those things I wish I always knew growing up or when I was starting in the game, getting better, was, how to practice, right? How do I get better? I would have done anything to get better. My goal was to play the game at the highest levels and, do some really great things, I would thought. And what ends up happening is you kind of stall out. And so I realized as I've gone through it, if I knew how to practice, it would have been better. So let's take you along on one of my sessions.
Yeah, and it's always too, it's like the thing I always liked about golf, right, was, you would practice and play. And, I could do it solo. Like, I was pretty introverted. Still am. I work out of my garage. But, it was like the thing you have to do is you have to practice with people. You have to know if you're getting better, or you have to, like, challenge yourself. And it was almost like a safety net to be able to do that. Was like, all right, I'm going to hit shots. I'm not going to worry about, am I beating other people or not, And that's partially true, but at the end of the day, you need to, you have to get better, right? And you're going to have to be able to beat people. That's the thing is, if your goal is, hey, I want to do this, I want to be able to beat people, then you got to beat people in practice, and if your goal is to beat certain barriers, then you have to do that in practice, right? So, I never did that. And, that's ultimately why, who knows, but I never had a chance. Let's say that. Just not doing anything. And what I realized is it's all about how much focus you have as you go through this. Yeah, I mean, to be able to just throw it on your phone and take a look, I mean, it's crazy, and get it from all the angles, kind of see everything that's going on, and, go from there. So my big thing right now is we're working on club path. Got to get the club path right. I want to play a draw, so we got to get it to the right, see what we can do. So, as we take a look, we got to have that plan because you got to know what to look for. Otherwise, you're just kind of like throwing darts at stuff. And I want to look for, hey, I want to have better control of the ball. My launch monitor numbers, I'm getting I can get it to 1 to 2 degrees right sometimes, but I can't always get it there. So, I get some left club paths, which is exactly the opposite of what I want. So you have to have that idea. One, now I know what to go for. But two, I got to know what I'm looking for in my swing. Yeah, look for things that are hurting that, hurting that idea, right? So as we take a look, let's go ahead. Let's bring it back to some positions here. So, you can see as we start,
things that would help us hit a better draw. We're going to be, turn. Got to be able to turn back, get behind. That brings the club more behind you, gets you some depth. And then because I'm not turning, my chest is actually probably just a little bit too centered. I need to be moving off the ball a little bit. Sway is one of those things you actually do want as you go. We get to the top. You can see I'm just short on turn, 78 degrees, 33. I want to check out some of the tilts. Bends aren't terrible. Pelvis really hasn't done much. Hands aren't bad, but when you don't have, and I'm kind of bent forward there, but that's usually just a lack of turn. So right away we can get this idea that, hey, I've got to get more turn in my swing, and there we go. So we're going to set that goal, and what's that going to do as we go through? Well, as we go through, I'm going to have to kind of fight. I'm not going to be able to turn as much on the way through because I've got to hold it back a little bit. I can't turn what I haven't turned back. So that's a key thing as we go through. So, if I'm going to have, we're definitely going to be in a technical practice, which is, I got some things to work on in my swing. This is also going to be like physical stuff. I'm going to have to get turning more. And then from there, a lot else looks decent. We're going to have to see what happens, though, to it as we go through. So I want to be careful not to do too much as we go. And then the other thing I'll notice is you can just see how if I kind of play through this, let's just take away the numbers. Just watch my hands as they go through. And this is where I get some issues. Flippy, right? I get flippy on the way through there. So yeah, that's going to cause us an issue for sure, right? So kind of like the plane, everything going through, but yeah, let's just go back. Let's check that impact turn. Yeah, I've only turned 18 degrees at impact there, so that's not good. That's just going to be recipe for using too much hands, which hands are a good thing, but too much is always something too. So all right, so we got to set something up. Always a good one to have.
You ain't giving this all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work. Check priorities, I'm doing that first. Check's big and I'm sure that hurts, but it's checkmate, we ain't selling short, know the work. Ain't nowhere to hide, you ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind, cause I be on the way. Yeah, you know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah, man, we coming for them things. They said I couldn't have
gotta educate myself on how much this card feels like. So when I get to 90, I've got an angle, I've got an angle. Alright, so, that much. Okay, so,
I'm far ahead and gotta
that
run
much.
laps. But we ain't letting up, we never done that. Ain't nowhere to hide. You ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind, cause I be on the way. Yeah. I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the way. Yeah, I'm on the way. On the way. Yeah, you know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the way. Yeah, I'm on the way. On the way. I'ma get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah, I'm on
So I mean, yeah, I hit it weird. Yeah, I hit it weird. I don't really care about that though, right? Like, I'm doing something different. It's gonna be ridiculous. So, yeah, I hit it off the bag on the side. That's what you get, until there we go. That's what I want to see. I want to see it more exaggerated. I don't want to, if my goal is to be 1 to 2 to 3, if I'm making exaggerated swings in practice, I need to be up there 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the shot's not going to be great. You can see it's overdrawing, but that's besides the point. I've made that determination that I'm not going for hitting it perfect. I'm going for getting it right and making a change. So I'm going to have to go farther than I wanted to make this actually stick. So when I start adding other pieces, that's going to get back to normal. And when I just go ahead and swing, it will be where it is, right? Like, it's not going to be that much out there. Okay?
You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the way. Yeah, I'm on the way. On the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the way. Yeah, I'm on the way. On the way.
So the last thing I like to do is get the swing, kind of a last one. So, making my best effort at a game or swing. So you can see all that exaggeration, that put me at 0.5 right, exaggerating all that stuff. Okay. So I usually just, I'll label some stuff in here. That way I can just take a look and have an idea. This is one of those things that's just, it's going to take me time to, go through everything. It's going to take time to get stretched out, all that. So I got to get focused on it, have a number so I can check it. Every time I practice, every time I'm going to do a real practice session, that's what we're going to do. And so, we'll take a look at it now. So let's go to the top. We're up to 82. We're up to 82. The ultimate goal is 90. We started at, low 70s. So you can see there's more good. And then what that leads to is getting a touch bit more open. Still got to do more at that impact. And we'll go from there. But yeah, we're cleaning up some things one at a time. We'll work through it. And you can see chest bend went down as well by doing that. My hands actually got higher in the swing, all by working on that one thing. And that looks like that club's coming in a little more where we want it.
Feeling like I'm on the highway, 'cause everything been going my way. And now they looking at me sideways. I'm like, nah. This is where